Okay, so let's talk some Tom Brady for a second. Listen, Tom Brady had an incredible first 3 weeks, I thought. Thought he had a down week 4. That's kind of the way I viewed it. And it wasn't just him missing throws, although that is an aspect, and we'll talk about that. It was also just some other stuff, some miscommunications, and I kind of wanted to break those stuff down as well. Is it concerning? No, but it was a worse day for him, so I wanted to break it down and talk about it. So we'll start off with this play. What's going to happen here is that it's going to be man coverage, and you have Cameron Brate running a route over the middle that could potentially get open. It's a one-on-one matchup. This is something that Brady likes to throw to, especially to a tight end. We've seen him do this to Rob Gronkowski a lot over the years. Watch how, Brady runs a good route here. He is open. This was a good job by him, so Brady is going to take this chance. They both are on the same page. It's not like this is a miscommunication or anything. Watch what happens. Brady is going to just missed this throw, quite frankly. It's just a missed throw. That's what happened. What is the reason for it? Was it the weather? Was it, the emotions of being back in New England? Is it just a coincidence that he happened to miss some throws in this game? I don't know, but he certainly did miss some throws, and that's a good example of it. There was also this one where what's going to happen on this play, this is just kind of a weird, uncharacteristic decision from Tom Brady, where Evans is running a route in a one-on-one matchup against J.C. Jackson. And in fairness, Evans was consistently winning against J.C. Jackson early on, so I understood why Brady wanted to continue throwing there. But watch what happens. So Brady takes a snap, and Mike Evans here is not open at all. This is almost like a Ryan Fitzpatrick-y type throw where you're making the throw before you even know if it's going to get open. But it's almost even worse because Brady kind of waited until it was clearly not open and is then into throwing motion making the throw. Just kind of a weird decision from Brady and an uncharacteristically not great throw from Tom Brady. And this was really dangerous, especially when if you're going to make this throw, you have to throw it to the inside because Evans has inside leverage here, whereas J.C. Jackson has the outside leverage. But that's not where this throw is going to end up. And I don't know if that's a decision or just he missed the throw. However, look, that should have been an interception. I mean, Mike Evans made a very smart play to accept an offensive pass interference so that way you wouldn't, you give up the 10 yards instead of giving up the football. Amazingly, it wasn't called. Don't know how that was missed because Evans literally was trying to commit a penalty to avoid the interception, and the refs missed that. Great job there. One of the worst officiated games we've had in some time, I thought, but that's besides the point. It helped both teams. Not really. It wasn't the best day by them. But there was also some stuff like this, which this isn't necessarily, maybe it's bad, maybe it isn't. I don't know exactly, it's up to interpretation, I suppose. But the way this works is that it's man coverage. Once again, it's Cameron Brate, who Brady missed earlier. Now, this is a route that, again, it's a good idea to make this throw. This is something that we see Brady throw to Rob Gronkowski a lot. But it seems like there's a miscommunication just in terms of where Brate is supposed to cut. Is he supposed to cut right at the goal line, or is he supposed to cut a little bit further up, sort of towards the middle area of the end zone? This is just a miscommunication here, I believe. Because watch how when Brady takes the snap, at this point, I like this decision to make this throw. Brate has size right here. The corner who's covering him has his back completely turned. So this is a good situation, and I get why Brady's making this throw. It's the smart throw to make. But watch what happens. Brate cuts earlier, and the throw is further deep and just sails over their head. A lot of people are going to see that and say, oh, wow, Brady missed by a mile. That's not really what happened. That's just a communication thing, and they need to get on the same page. Weird because we kind of felt like, okay, after last year, there were a lot of those miscommunications, but this year, we're going to see those get cleaned up a lot. Well, there's still been some, so that's not particularly great. There's also one like this that, for the life of me, I'm just not sure exactly what happened, unfortunately, but I do want to break it down and talk about it, and maybe you can figure it out without my help. But what's going to happen is that it's a cover 3 zone. Tyler Johnson running a route that could potentially get open, because a lot of the way this play works is with a play action, a corner might be a little bit slow in getting back, and you might be able to run by him. Once Brady takes the snap, that is actually what's happened right here. You look, Tyler Johnson is about to get open. So this is great, and, good job. And Brady's throw sails a bit high, and Brady got mad at Tyler Johnson here. I don't know exactly what happened. I'd love to know why he was so upset with Johnson. Maybe it's because he turned his hips a little bit quicker than he had to. That's the only thing I can think of. But that feels like a missed throw to me. Like, that feels like Brady should have thrown that a little bit earlier. Not that Tyler Johnson did a bad job on that one. That's the way I view it. So to me, that is on Brady. I know Brady was mad at Johnson, but again, unless you're just mad because he's not fast enough, I don't know. That feels like a missed throw to me more than anything. There was also something like this where what's going to happen is that Antonio Brown running a quick route, and this appears to be something where I would bet that his route was actually supposed to be further on the field. However, given the current defensive lineup that New England is in, AB, I think, is just deciding to cut a little bit earlier. That's what I'm expecting is happening. Typically, Brown and Brady, they're both very smart players on the football field. One of them, maybe not so much off the football field, but that's a different conversation. And so they can do this stuff before, and they have done this stuff before in Tampa Bay. So you see Brady, it's possible I'm just making excuses for him and he threw it too high, because that's a very real thing as well. Again, like I said, he missed some throws, but it's also possible that, it was a miscommunication. This one, the Brady one, I feel very strongly was a miscommunication. This one could have been a miscommunication, could have been a missed throw, and this is kind of why evaluating it when you don't, you're not in the locker room makes things a little bit more difficult. It does, but that's another just kind of a weird play. And also like something like this, where what's going to happen is that this is late in the game. It's a cover 3 zone, but Antonio Brown has a one-on-one matchup given that there's a single safety deep on this play. So Brady is going to take that chance. As you see, again, Brady takes the snap. Brown's running downfield. Brady takes the shot. Antonio Brown is open. And I put on the screen, that's where the ball is going to eventually land. Not where Brown has to be when the ball lands, just that's where the ball itself lands. Remember, he'll be able to catch it a little bit earlier. I think what happens here is I think Antonio Brown lost this one in the lights. That's what I think. And again, that sounds crazy, but I think whatever he lost it, he never saw the football even though he's open, and this is a good throw. Like, look at him kind of just run next to it, put his hands up, has no clue where it is, and it falls sort of right next to him. So that was just, again, it's just sort of a weird, wonky play. Is that on Brady? No. Is that on Brown? Well, technically, yes, but at the same time, like, he did get open and maybe he just lost it in the lights. Kind of tough to blame him. Like, it does happen. But definitely just sort of one of those bizarre plays. They were just a little bit off. And maybe it's the New England thing. I don't know. But they were definitely a little bit off. So, yeah, that's kind of the way I viewed his performance. It wasn't a great performance. I don't know if every single issue was on him, but definitely some were. And again, what's the reason for it? Did he just happen to have an off night? My guess, and this is total speculation, is that the emotions of playing back at Foxborough kind of got to him a little bit. That's just a guess, though, and kind of is the reason why he had a slow start and did get better towards the end of the game, but still was making mistakes throughout. So an element of it, too, was, some of the mistakes might have just happened to be mistakes. So kind of a weird game, but hey, when your quarterback, who is, the greatest of all time, has a bad day and you still win, a good feeling for a Tampa Bay fan like myself. Although, hopefully we see more weeks 1 through 3 Brady and less weeks 4 Brady, for my sake. Probably not for your sake. Not too many casual fans want to root for Tom Brady. But yeah, that's what I thought. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.